Hi today. We all have been waiting a long time for this moment, and finally I hold the first copies of the book The $1 Billion Secret in my hands. Can you see the golden letters here? This is the spine and this is the back cover. It looks perfect. And this paperback edition is also perfect. It looks like this. I'll show you how it looks inside. Can you imagine how it feels when you hold the fruit of 5 years of your work and 5 years of your life in your hands? Can you imagine how happy I am today? And I want to tell you today about the major difference between mediocrity and excellence, about the most important step that you have to take from being average to becoming outrageously successful, exceptionally, extremely successful. And it has a lot to do with this book. I spent over half a decade of my life traveling several times around the globe and talking to the most successful entrepreneurs on our planet. I managed to get access to some of the wealthiest people in the world and get past some of the most inaccessible doors. All of that while searching for the answer to the question what in their personalities made them so outrageously, so extremely successful in business. How is it that most people are born in best conditions and don't achieve anything remarkable in their lives, while others are born in seemingly hopeless circumstances and manage to build great companies, to create huge value and fortunes of billions of dollars? I found a set of principles common to all self-made billionaires that allowed them to go from zero to billions within one lifespan. And I call these 20 principles of billionaire wealth and success the $1 billion secret. And you will find all of these principles in this book. This book is available on Amazon or any other platform. The link you will find here and below the video in the description. But I have to warn you, this book is not for everybody. If you are just interested in average success, in the success, let's say, on the millionaire level, if you are interested in taking it easy, in staying in the comfort of your everyday life or in the safety of mainstream convictions, then this book is not for you. This book is for people who aren't satisfied with average life, who want to rise above the mediocrity and achieve something extraordinary in their lives, like the self-made billionaires that I have depicted in that book. This is pure billionaire knowledge, not some millionaire nonsense. Some of the content here may shock you, and some even may outrage you. All 21 entrepreneurs who share their first-hand knowledge in this book are self-made billionaires. Billionaires with B, not millionaires. Nobody in the world has ever gathered over 20 billionaires for a book project. Nobody has ever tried to. Why? Because the venture seems impossible to accomplish. Billionaires are an extremely rare breed. Only 1 in 5 million people on average in the world is a billionaire. That means that meeting a billionaire by chance is comparable with winning the main pot in the national lottery. I have met 30 billionaires and I have included 21 of them in this book. Do you know anybody who has won the main pot in the national lottery 30 times? Common sense tells us this is plain impossible. But I managed to do that, and now I can share their wisdom with you. And one of the principles, and I think one of the major differences between mediocrity and outrageous success on billionaire level, I want to share with you now. This is the never-ending development, never-ending improvement. Average people, the drifters, people who drift through the oceans of possibilities without knowing where to go and how to get there, they end the education when they leave the school, when they leave the secondary school, the college, maybe the university. They think they have learned enough and they stop developing. Then they start earning money from the knowledge they have acquired. But what billionaires do, what the best people in business, the most successful people in the world do, is they never stop learning. They never stop improving themselves and their businesses. They never stop developing. And I will give you some examples of that. And all of these people that I'm talking about are self-made billionaires, and they are included in this book. The first person, Chip Wilson. Chip Wilson, if you are in the States, you may know him as the founder of Lululemon, an iconic brand in America. Chip Wilson is self-made billionaire, but he wasn't always a billionaire, and he was actually born in a pretty poor family. There were times he needed to fake a signature on a check because the parents didn't have money, and of course the check bounced and he got into trouble. He wasn't affluent in his childhood, but when he was 18 to 19, he spent a year on a pipeline because he wanted to earn a lot of money for himself, and it was a good paid job. I guess it was in Alaska. There was not much to do. He just needed to be there and to pay attention. So he spent all that time reading books, and he read 200 books within a year. And that gave him so many ideas that when he came back, he started with his first company, then the second, and so on and so on. And he wasn't quite successful with the first company. He was struggling, and but then he stumbled upon a cassette set by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is one of the best business teachers in the world, and he co-authored a book with me, Ready, Set, Go, that you may know about, that became also a bestseller. And Chip Wilson was hungry for knowledge, for wisdom, and he was reading a lot of books on personal development, on business, books by Brian Tracy and the likes, and that's how he could overcome the problems in his company, sell the company, and then found Lululemon, which made him a billionaire. And in Lululemon and all his next companies, he paid attention that he made his employees read business books, read books about success, and he made a list of obligatory reading for his employees so that they could develop, they could become successful in their lives. Another billionaire that I want to tell you about is Lirio Parisotto. Lirio Parisotto is a Brazilian billionaire. He was born in a village with no water, no electricity, there was no radio, no paved road. He was one of 11 siblings. Hopeless situation, poverty, and he managed to become one of the wealthiest people in Brazil. He built a multi-billion-dollar company, Videolar Innova, and went through several economic crises that are pretty common in Brazil, and managed to overcome several disruptive changes in the industry, changing the business model every time, not only surviving, but even growing his company. And Livio Porizotto told me that he is a self-made billionaire because he reads a lot. He was always reading biographies of successful people, books about business, and he actually learned to do business by try and error and by reading books. He didn't have a mentor, he didn't have anybody to ask or to learn from. Everything he learned was from books. And the third person I want to tell you about is Tony Tan Kek Thion. Tony Tan Kek Thion is the founder of Jollibee Foods. This is the largest food company in Asia. They have 12 restaurant chains based in the Philippines, but they are global. They have over 4,500 restaurants. And Tony Tan was always hungry of knowledge. When he became quite successful already, they had several hundred restaurants already. He went again to the university to study because he had a degree in, I guess, MBA, but he wanted to study management because his company was on that level that he needed the skills. So he went to the university again. But it's not only that. Even after becoming a billionaire, and he became the World Entrepreneur of the Year 2004, so the best entrepreneur in the world in that year. Even after that, every year he goes for a week to HBS, Harvard Business School, for a 1-week program every year to develop his skills in management, in other business-related areas, and he reads a lot of books on business. So even the best entrepreneur in the world doesn't stop developing, doesn't stop improving, doesn't stop learning. And the best source of knowledge are books. So this is one of the major differences between mediocrity and excellence, between average people and people who achieve outrageous, extreme success on billionaire level. If you get value from my free materials, can you imagine how much value you will get from this book where 21 self-made billionaires share their innermost wisdom with you in their own words? By the way, last week this book became #1 Amazon bestseller on several markets. Livio Porizotto, one of the billionaires in this book, when he was holding the manuscript of this book and going through the pages, he said something, "Oh man, I wished I had a book like this when I was young, because this would have saved me the reading of the 20 biographies that I read at that time that helped me on my way to become so successful." This book is available on Amazon or any other platform. You will get the link here in video and below in the description. So get it and be among the first people who hold it in their hands and take advantage of the unique knowledge that billionaires offer in this book. I will not give you any bonus, any discount, any extra, because the value you get here is more than enough. But I will give you a challenge. I want to set up a book signing event in one of the cities anywhere in the world. It is up to you where this meeting will take place. Namely, I will organize this meeting and give you the opportunity to come with your book and get my personal dedication in that book. What you need to do is, of course, get the book and provide a thumb up below this video, and also write in the comment below the video your country and the town you want me to come to set up this meeting. And the town with the most comments will be the town when I set up the book signing event, when you will be able to come and get my signature, my dedication for you. But there is one condition. There should be 1,000 thumbs up and 1,000 comments below this video. If we have 1,000 comments, 1,000 thumbs up, I will set up this book signing event and you will be able to come and get your book signed. At the end, I want to thank Jack Canfield for his contribution to this book. He was a mentor for me for a long time during that project, encouraged me to continue, gave me some decisive tips, pieces of advice, and also provided the foreword for this book. Thank you, Jack, and I want to read you one sentence from Jack's foreword. There is no other book available anywhere in the world that contains this much entrepreneurial experience, insight, and wisdom in it. So, learn the $1 billion secret, get on your path to extreme wealth and outrageous success. I wish you a great read. I wish you a lot of success, and I will be the first person to congratulate you on that. Have a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.